I don't feel bad for their parents. This happened at a Catholic school. There should have been no children there at all. Y'all can shove your thoughts and prayers right where the brightest of the suns don't shine. So far up that black hole of yours that even your God can't see 'em or hear 'em. Because I'm all out of compassion for Christian nationalists.
This video of a liberal mocking the grieving parents of the Minneapolis Catholic school shooting sparked outrage and intense debate. One person commented, "Your over-the-top hate for people who lost their children is despicable. I can't believe you took the time to spew such vile things about people who watched their innocent children be gunned down. To blame the parents because you don't like their religion is pure evil." In response to the trend of liberals condemning prayer, J.D. Vance wrote, "It is shocking to me that so many left-wing politicians attack the idea of prayer in response to a tragedy. Literally no one thinks prayer is a substitute for action. We pray because our hearts are broken and we believe that God is listening." One liberal commented, "The problem is that Republicans pray all the time and take zero action." Another comment wrote, "The only action that liberals care about is taking guns away from law-abiding people. If you don't do exactly what they want, you're doing a nothing." So they mock Christians and they mock God. One person asked Grok, "Our prayers and legislative action are mutually exclusive. Can we both pray and still take legislative actions? Is it not also the case that Minnesota has one of the stricter gun control laws?" To which Grok replied, "Prayers and legislative action aren't mutually exclusive. We can pursue both. Minnesota does have relatively strict gun laws, including universal background checks and the red flag law." Matt Van Swol commented, "If your immediate reaction to a mass shooting of Christian children is to condemn prayer and defend the shooter's mental illness, you have lost everything good about your humanity." Period. Roberto Abramovitz replied to J.D. Vance in a comment, "The kids who were shot were literally praying. In church. Yet you and every Republican has voted against gun reform." Libs of TikTok wrote, 12-year-old Sophia is fighting for her life in the hospital after she was shot by a trans lunatic. Democrats don't want you to pray for her. Let that sink in." Stephen King insisted, "Trans is not the problem. He had a gun. That's the problem." Comments argued against the logic, saying, "If guns kill people, pencils misspell words, cars drive drunk, and spoons make people fat." Sarcasm thickened in the comments. People point out that even while defending transgenderism, King is misgendering the trans person in question. One commenter quotes a line from Stephen King's own book, "I do not kill with my gun. He who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. I kill with my heart." The comment uses King's own words to emphasize that intent and personal morality, not the weapon itself, are at the heart of violent actions. Liz Churchill writes, "There seems to be a pattern," listing several recent mass shootings, showing each shooter's identity as trans or gender fluid. Gays Against Groomers writes that although trans individuals make up only about 0.05% of the population, they are disproportionately involved in violent incidents, specifically shootings. Elon Musk upped the issue's scope. There is a clear pattern here. His influence propelled the topic to the top of the platform. Kristi Noem confirmed the shooter at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis was a 23-year-old man claiming to be transgender. This deranged monster targeted our most vulnerable, young children praying. Another post, Charlie Kirk responds to Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey's statement that anyone using the tragedy as an opportunity to villainize our trans community has lost their sense of common humanity. Kirk rebuts, "No, Mr. Mayor. Anybody who is more concerned about the trans community after this tragedy than the Catholic community that just lost 2 little kids to this monster has lost their sense of common humanity." Other posts, both conservative and moderate, demanded action. "When you affirm mental illness instead of treating it, people get hurt," wrote Eric Doherty, quoting Jim Banks. Meanwhile, FBI Director Kash Patel cited domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics as the formal investigation lead. As context, the shooter, Robin Westman, reportedly left behind a manifesto expressing anti-Christian sentiment and ended his life at the scene. Local and federal officials asked for prayer and unity, even as debates on mental health, gun policy, and culture war issues reignited nationally.